Welcome! This presentation is for anyone with cancer or has someone they know with cancer who would like to recover naturally. So my name is Nigel Fitzner, I'm from Adelaide in South Australia and I'm a working physiotherapist. I'm getting over the worst type of brain cancer amazingly well, using a lot of information I'm going to share with you. So grab a pen and paper so you can write down some of this valuable stuff. I'll keep things as simple as possible for you, and more details can be available for your specific cancer. And this information is a result of lots of research. The things I take have been recommended by a local natural therapist and several natural doctors around the world who work in his team, the main one being a German cancer professor. Plus, I get information on exercising and why it's good for helping cancer, because of what has recently been on TV and due to my research as a physiotherapist. Just about everything that is mentioned in this short presentation will have a link to more detailed information on the internet, so feel free to check out everything before you actually start doing as I suggest. Here's the things we'll be covering. Number 1, lifestyle and diet changes. So this is great news and this information will surprise everyone. Number 2, the best natural therapies. I've spent a lot of time researching this, plus seeing proof that these things actually work. And number 3, exercising. We'll go through why you should exercise and the best types for cancer. And number 4, how and why you need to be a positive person to help overcome cancer. Don't worry, there's scientific proof about this too. Please note, this home-based help will not necessarily take away your doctor's advice and what you're doing with it. Just remember, this information will be good for you regardless of whether you are on chemotherapy or radiotherapy at the moment. Okay, so here we go. First up, lifestyle and diet changes. So many people have helped or even cured their cancer using nothing but a massive change in their diet and lifestyle. And many scientific studies have proven that bad eating can cause cancer. So if you want to reverse your cancer, you must reverse your eat and drink habits. Just remember, we're going to talk about lifestyle, which will include what you eat and drink. Okay, now avoiding stress. You may not know this, but stress is not good for you and will damage your immune system, which is a really important system for getting over cancer. Your immune system is also important for getting over the bad reactions you would have from chemotherapy and radiotherapy. Causes of stress can be lack of sleep, pressure at work, relationship issues, financial pressures, toxins from food, drink or environment, dehydration, insufficient oxygen, and lack of nutrients. Rest. So rest is much needed because our immune system, which is something we definitely need to improve, repairs and recharges during rest. Oxygen. If we get low in oxygen, we become vulnerable to stress, cancer and other disease. You can increase your oxygen level with exercise like short walks and other exercises, which I'll talk more about later. Negative ions. Here's some information about positive and negative ions in the air. Negative ions are the best, even though negative sounds worse than positive. Positive ions are not good and are found mainly indoors and worse with air conditioning. Negative ions are found in fresh air outside, especially near the ocean. Studies have actually shown that an increase in negatively charged ions inhibits the growth of cancer tumours. Okay, pH balance. Studies have also shown that cancer cells thrive on an acidic environment, that's a low pH, but cannot survive in alkaline surroundings, that's high pH. So for a big list of what food and drink to stop having because they're low pH and acidic, check out the link below. Here's an example. Coke. Note, some people will say that pH is of no concern, But if you eat and drink mostly acidic, your body uses lots of its own chemicals and energy to correct that. And not only can that leave people vulnerable to cancer, they also get joint pain and other physical problems. Water. Okay, every day drink 8 glasses of bottled or filtered water. Not tap water though, which contains chlorine and fluoride. Having enough water helps all human functions, especially our immune system. Sunlight. So sunlight increases the great negative ions that we experience. Important vitamin D is produced as well, and cancer growth slows down. 30 minutes a day is recommended. Juicing. You can do a lot of juicing if your cancer is advanced, or just do it once a day. Some people with advanced cancer replace all their meals by juicing their food. Avoid meat products. I had to stop eating meat. That includes all red meat, especially processed meat like bacon. The pH of most meat is acidic, and also it takes us about 3 days to digest in the intestines. Also, harmful pesticides and hormones that are produced will also add toxins to your body. Depending on your cancer type, once a week you can have small amounts of free-range chicken and maybe fish. A lot of cancer will be aggravated by fish, so contact us to find out if it is your type. Also, avoid dairy. You also need to avoid milk as well as all dairy products like butter and cheese. Researchers say that the hormone estrogen found in milk and other dairy products may increase tumour growth. Avoid overcooked and processed foods. So heating food too much basically takes out some living enzymes and some of the nutrients. Gently steamed vegetables and homemade soups are far better. I've found a good idea is to combine raw and gently steamed vegetables with salad and a nice herbal dressing. So look below for some links to some recipes. Avoid processed foods because they were altered from their natural state for convenience and storage. They're packaged, canned, boxed or bagged and have been cooked, dehydrated or preserved in some way. They also contain chemicals and additives like sugar and high fructose corn syrup, not to mention MSG and other flavour enhancers, aspartame, sodium, potassium benzoate, sodium nitrate and nitrate, artificial food colorings, and other substances we should just avoid. And just a quick note, instead of using normal refined salt, I use Himalayan salt, which can be bought from health shops. It's full of goodness for you in small amounts. Okay, avoid carbohydrates. Just so you know, carbohydrates appear in many foods and drinks that you should avoid. Carbohydrates break down into sugar in your system, and sugar feeds cancer and will also stimulate higher levels of inflammation. Carbohydrates are in breads and pasta, so avoid those if you can. And the only veggies to avoid because of high carbohydrate levels are potatoes, sweet potatoes and corn. Also avoid bad fats. You probably know what bad fats are, like chips or batter. And avoid sugar. Sugar feeds cancer. There's a movie called That Sugar Movie made recently by an Aussie bloke, and I've left links below to a great article and video. So no more to be said. So you must realise that we need to have a diet with protein, low carbohydrate, decent fat and no sugar. And that means only eat freshly and completely avoid anything processed or packaged. So for snacks, have nuts. The only nuts you can have for many reasons are almonds, macadamias and walnuts. And avoid microwaving. Lots of people use microwaves to heat or cook. Remember this, microwaving changes the structure of food plus releases radiation into the food or drink, which can cause cancer. Avoid caffeine. This was a decision I found hard. I used to have 3 or sometimes even 4 coffees a day. And apart from some goodness, the things that coffee influences in cancer are constriction of arteries and increase in blood pressure. Caffeine also decreases calcium in bones and causes dehydration. It's a diuretic, meaning it leaches water out of the body. But you can have green tea instead, not normal tea, so start enjoying a couple a day. Avoid alcohol. Alcohol does very similar effects to coffee and has a very low acidic pH, so avoid alcohol in all forms. The only drinks you can have at the moment are distilled water and herbal or green tea. So when you're in remission, you can look for organic wines and beers in smaller volume than before. And your coffee should be real and not instant. Diet will essentially be the same, and you add small amounts of bread and meat, etc. We'll talk more about that when you're in remission. So avoid drugs and chemicals, of course. Prescription and over-the-counter drugs will add chemicals and toxins to your body, which basically stresses the immune system. Talk to your doctor and avoid if possible. Also use natural products on yourself. For example, hair products, deodorant, and toothpaste. These are more available at health shops. Some things need to be taken to not only kill cancer cells or turn cancer cells back to being normal cells, but to help the body recover from damage made by chemotherapy and radiotherapy. And this can take 12 months. Okay, we're going to start talking about natural therapy now. In the morning, when you first wake up, have a large glass of water and make sure you take 8 glasses a day. And it must come from a water filter so you don't receive chlorine and other chemicals from tap water. Also in the morning when you wake up, you have 100 milliliters glass of lemon juice, baking soda and water. And you make that with 1 lemon squeezed, a tablespoon of carb soda and 900 ml of water, which makes 9 glasses. So mix, let settle and keep this in a jug in the fridge. Also in the morning you can have a veggie smoothie, number 3, with avocado, coconut milk, parsley, spinach, turmeric, black seeds, super green powder. That's just one recipe. Or you can add other good stuff in the recipes below. And number 4, in the morning when you wake up, you have avocado mousse for breakfast with a whole avocado, 2 tablespoons of flax oil, blueberries, cinnamon and nutmeg. Yum. I have this every 4th morning and it's a beautiful filling. And now a few more ideas on natural products. Number 1, apricot kernel seeds. They can help reduce cancers. See the article and video about this in the link below. They aren't expensive, but you might need to search locally to find them. This huge bag was purchased in Adelaide Hills and cost $10. Number 2, turmeric tablets. They're used to dramatically boost your immune system. And turmeric powder is great to use with light cooking or herbs. Number 3, St. Mary's thistle. This has both antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. It's very important for massively helping the liver. Number 4, Quark cottage cheese mixed with flax oil, having a 2-to-1 ratio with a tablespoon. This combination can turn cancer cells into normal cells, and see the link below for more information on that. Number 5, MSM powder is rich in sulfur, not sulfur drugs, which helps build the body, energy production and neutralization of oxidants and toxins. It also helps chemotherapy target the cancer cells to work better. And number 6, vitamin C powder. That's added to the MSM in a glass of water 4 times a day, and it gives it the ability to revert many cancer cells into normal cells. And this particular brand does this by killing microbes inside the cancer cells. And number 7, colloidal silver, also works with the MSM powder to also help turn cancer cells back into normal cells. This is taken 30 minutes after the MSM vitamin C combination. And the MSM will open up the cancer cells, and the vitamin C powder and colloid silver liquid will get inside the cancer cells to kill microbes inside the cancer cells. Then those cancer cells become normal. So remember, a lot of what I've just told you needs explanation, so remember to click on links below this presentation to find out more. Okay, now we're on to exercise. Why should you exercise? Well, this information was taken from a TV show on the ABC, and once again you'll see a link below for that. It was said by the doctor after research that targeted exercise programs may double your chance of surviving cancer. By the time you hit my age in your 50s, odds are you've been touched by cancer, either yourself or someone close. And by the age of 85, every second Australian will have developed some kind of cancer. There are particular exercises recommended, especially if you're attending chemotherapy and or radiotherapy at the moment. The doctor on the TV show said this about people who were exercising. I'm surprised at how good people's blood counts are and surprised by their well-being. And here's some really good news. With research, it was found that patients who were exercising had less of the expected side effects of chemotherapy. They were less fatigued and less nauseated. So how does this work? So firstly, one trouble of getting chemotherapy drugs into a tumour is that the tumour usually has a poor blood supply. And exercise increases the blood flow, potentially allowing more treating chemicals to get inside the tumour. Number 2, exercise improves the immune system. Also, our own immune system is one of the best ways to fight the cancer. But the trouble with chemotherapy is that it wrecks our immune system. Number 3, muscles produce certain chemicals when exercised properly, which go to all parts of the body and have the ability of destroying cancer cells. From a major Danish research, they found a particular anti-cancer chemical called interleukin-6 was produced after certain exercises. So your body is generating its own anti-cancer drug. When it comes to resistance exercises, the following types are recommended. Firstly, using body weight. This is useful anywhere and includes things like push-ups done off your knees if you're not strong enough. Number 2, using dumbbells. This would start at a kilo and progress to up to about 10 kilogram dumbbells. Techniques have to be done correctly to avoid discomfort. Number 3, TheraBand. These resistive elastic bands come in different colours for different resistance levels. A great mobile workout if you're travelling. This resistance work will only be done every second day for about 15 minutes. So for example, Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Plus, you should include a short walk for 20 to 30 minutes every single day. To start your exercise program, you may feel uncomfortable. That's okay, just work through it. Okay, positivity. So now I'd like to talk to you about being positive and the reason for it. The word cancer is enough to strike fear in the hearts of most people. And cancer can take a long time to heal, and during this time the struggling for survival can have a huge impact on your emotional and psychological health. There has been lots of studies that determine how much of an impact the power of positive thinking can have on your physical health. The doctor in a looked up article says, I have seen some of the patients abruptly stop taking treatment because of their negative attitude and loss of hope. Fear is a dangerous mental toxin that can take over your mind. Try not to keep your fears inside. Share your fears with trained professionals or any friends you have who can talk with you. One of the biggest causes of anxiety is lack of sleep, so not feeling rested and alert can lead to poor decisions and negativity. As we've already talked about, have a great diet. A proper diet can impact your mood in a positive way, as can being in a regular exercise program. I leave you with my best way of becoming positive. I've become someone with high faith in God and successfully asked Him for healing and to feel a lot better. My brain cancer was the worst you can get, but I am recovering fantastically and surprising a lot of people, including my doctor and specialist. Among the other links below, you'll see a link to a Christian leader in the States that I follow and listen to. He sends a very short email daily, so check him out when you have a couple of minutes. So I wish the same recovery as I had for you with things mentioned in this presentation. Below you will see a membership button which will link you to all levels of exercises on video programs, all set out for you. It will also include you being able to talk with me about any physical injury you may have or discomforts in your body. If you don't remember from the beginning of this session, I'm a physiotherapist and I can help you, either by mobile, Skype, email or text. Also, I will be supplying some great diet recipes and provide updated advice on tablets and things to take, because I'm doing research and will let you know when new things come up to treat cancer. And if there is something you would like to do, I will be available to help you with a prayer to God for Him to heal you. So click the membership button and see how little the membership costs for all of the services. Actually, I'll let you know. For exercise program, proper diet recipes, help with injury and body discomfort, updated healing factors as they develop, and help with positivity, it's only $10 a month. So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching this presentation, and from the bottom of my heart I wish you all the best.